Good morning and welcome from Round Lake near Bonnechere Camp. Our family is staying the week at Heinz's cottage, and it's beautiful here, isn't it? Beautiful Round Lake. Bonnechere Camp is just around the bend up there, and we're having a great week, even though if it's a bit rainy at the moment. Had some beautiful storms the other night, but we've had some good weather too. As you can imagine, this past few days, I've been thinking a lot about Heinz. You know, Heinz brought us up here last year, and we spent a couple of days with him. And as I've told you before, you know that I have gotten quite close to Heinz over the last 2.5 years. And I'm just still grieving for him, and obviously thinking a lot about him this week. His picture all over the cottage, of course, his name everywhere. And again, it's just made me been very reflective about him and his life. And as you also know, as I think I mentioned on Sunday, or maybe I didn't, because I talked to him before we left, and he's going to be receiving his special award on Saturday for his contributions to the community of Waterdown and all of Flamborough, and so that's very special for him. And again, as you know, one of the special things about Heinz is the great deal of work that he does on behalf of others. And that made me think today of the Bible verse, Jesus' words in Matthew 23:11, just a brief statement when he said, the greatest among you will be your servant. The greatest among you will be your servant. You know, in talking to Heinz over these last couple of years, you know, I don't think he would really consider himself a particularly religious man, whatever that means. He doesn't think he has necessarily the big faith that an Irvin or Margaret or Claudia Harvey might have. He would just say that about himself. I'm not saying I agree with him, but you know, he has said things like that to me in the past. But at the end of the day, we think about Jesus' words and his call upon our lives. And it is a call to serve, isn't it? Of course, we have things that we're meant to believe, and confessions that we're to say and to trust. But at the end of the day, also, we are meant to serve. And Heinz does that with such distinction. It's really incredible, isn't it? So again, as I'm surrounded by this beauty, it reminds me of God's goodness. And as I see Heinz's fingerprints all around me, it again just inspires me about one, humble of heart and feet on the ground, serving, caring for others, just like we're called to do. Also being up here reminds me of another need, another opportunity to serve. We've talked often in the past about Bonnechere Baptist Camp, which most of our young adults and teenagers have been a part of, and we know that Lindsay's up there right now, and some of our young adults are going up this weekend to help out. They've been hit very hard the last 2 summers, of course, with no camp, no registration, so no funds coming in, and they're trying to do some renovations. But I know that they could use some help with that. And if you have any interest in supporting the camp, you could always send them a donation for renovations. I'll put an email down in the subject line below in the description, and you can inquire about that with the camp. But think about them in your prayers, and maybe consider if God would put on your heart supporting Bonnechere in that way. And whether the camp or church this Sunday, I do hope you have a great weekend. I hope you're encouraged by the words of Jesus about serving, and I hope you're encouraged also about our brother, our friend, I think a true saint, Heinz Bonzio, giving us that picture of what the love of Christ looks like through service. God bless. Can't wait to see you next week. Have a great weekend and a great Sunday. Bye-bye.